Everyone says invest early, but should your first $1,000 go into real estate or stocks? Pick wrong, and you could lose years of progress before you even get started. You've managed to set aside your first real chunk of money, $1,000. It probably wasn't easy. Maybe you skipped takeout for a few weeks, sold something you didn't use, or just got smart with your budget. That money now represents more than just savings. It's a step toward changing your financial future. So now the question becomes, where do you put it? You'll hear strong opinions from both sides. Some people swear by real estate. They'll tell you it's how they got rich, built passive income, and quit their 9 to 5. Others will push the stock market, praising its simplicity, consistent returns, and compounding power. With just $1,000, though, you're not buying a rental property or even a parking spot, and you're also not going to retire off one ETF. So the real question is, what do you do right now with this first investment to build momentum that actually lasts? Let's break it down in a way that's practical and brutally honest. Let's start with real estate. Everyone loves the idea of owning property. It feels secure, physical, you can touch it, paint it, walk through it. But getting into real estate requires more than just enthusiasm. A down payment, even for a modest home, usually runs into the thousands. Then there are inspections, appraisals, closing costs, and potential renovation expenses. Some investors try to start with real estate crowdfunding or REITs. These are platforms or ETFs that allow you to put small amounts of money into real estate projects or portfolios. While these give you real estate exposure, let's be clear, they're not the same as owning a property. You don't control the asset, you don't decide when to sell. You're just a passive participant hoping the market goes up. Now compare that to stocks. You can open a Roth IRA or brokerage account in under 10 minutes. You don't need approval from anyone, and most platforms let you invest with no minimum balance. You can buy fractional shares of ETFs or companies like Apple or Tesla, and your money starts working immediately. When you've got just $1,000 and you're new to investing, the barrier to entry makes a big difference. Stocks let you act now. Real estate keeps you waiting. Let's be honest, people brag about real estate returns because they use leverage. You hear stories of someone turning $50,000 into a $250,000 house that doubles in value. But behind that story is a mortgage, interest payments, taxes, and maintenance. Leverage magnifies gains, but it also increases risk, and you need serious capital to even start. With $1,000, leverage isn't an option. That means your real estate choices are limited to REITs or crowdfunding deals. These options may provide decent returns, but they often come with fees, limited transparency, and low liquidity. You can't pull your money out whenever you want. Meanwhile, stocks, especially low-cost index funds and ETFs, have delivered reliable long-term returns for decades. The S&P 500 has averaged about 10% annually over the long haul. And if you reinvest dividends and continue contributing regularly, your $1,000 investment can snowball into something much bigger. It's not flashy. It won't make you rich overnight, but that's exactly the point. Smart investing isn't about flashy. It's about predictable, consistent growth that compounds over time. Liquidity and flexibility. This part gets overlooked a lot, but it matters, especially when you're starting out. Life is unpredictable. A car repair, a job relocation, or an emergency expense can throw your finances off quickly. If your money is tied up in a real estate deal, especially one that's not liquid, you could be stuck. Even REITs sometimes have restrictions on when and how you can withdraw funds. And if you're part of a crowdfunding deal, good luck getting your money back before the project ends. With stocks, the game is different. You can sell your shares and have the money in your account within a few business days. That kind of flexibility is valuable when you're still building your financial cushion. And let's not forget, investing in something you understand reduces stress. Most people can grasp the basics of a diversified ETF, but understanding the mechanics of real estate contracts, property management, and tenant law, that takes time, and mistakes in those areas can be expensive. Learning curve and mistake margin. Real estate is often sold as a passive income vehicle, but in the beginning, it's anything but passive. You need to learn how to evaluate properties, estimate cash flow, screen tenants, deal with maintenance, and comply with local laws. And unless you're paying for professional help, all of that falls on you. The risks: buying a bad property, underestimating repairs, mismanaging tenants, or falling into legal disputes. These aren't just learning moments, they're financially painful. In contrast, the stock market lets you learn gradually. You can start with a small ETF, track its performance, and slowly build your knowledge. If you make a mistake, say you buy a stock that drops 10%, it stings, but it doesn't destroy your finances. That's crucial when you're new and trying to build confidence. And let's be real, confidence matters. Feeling like you understand where your money is and how it works builds momentum. It keeps you coming back and growing your portfolio. That's how habits are built. If this kind of straight talk approach is helping you make smarter decisions, make sure to hit subscribe. Each week, we break down real investing strategies that work in real life. No fluff, no hype. There's something powerful about logging into your brokerage account and seeing that your investment grew, even just a little. It reinforces the belief that you're doing the right thing. That feeling keeps you going. Now imagine investing $1,000 in a real estate crowdfunding platform. You log in 3 months later and see nothing. No change, no update. That doesn't inspire confidence. It breeds doubt. Early wins, even small ones, fuel discipline. They turn investing into a habit, not a chore. And discipline is what separates people who talk about wealth from the people who build it. Stocks give you those early wins more consistently. They reward patience. They teach valuable lessons without wrecking your finances. That's what you need when you're just getting started. There is one scenario where real estate could be the right first move: house hacking. If you're in a position to buy a duplex, triplex, or even a single family home with extra rooms, and you live in one part while renting out the rest, you're turning your home into an asset. This strategy can work well with low down payment loans like FHA, but it's still not doable with $1,000. You'll need several thousand saved, good credit, and a plan for managing the property. If that's you and you're ready to take it on, great. But for most beginners, especially those without a steady savings habit or real estate experience, it's just not the right time yet. Open a Roth IRA or brokerage account. Choose a low-cost ETF like VTI, which gives you exposure to the entire U.S. stock market. Or look at SCHD for dividends. Set up recurring contributions, even if it's just $25 a month. The goal isn't to turn $1,000 into a fortune overnight. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can save, invest, and stay consistent. That foundation will carry you forward far longer than any single hot investment. And when you're ready, when you've saved more, learned more, and built some cushion, then you can start looking at real estate with serious eyes. And if you're wondering what ETFs make the best starting point for your portfolio, check out the next video. I'll walk you through the top 3 and how to pick the one that fits your goals best.